Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Forensic Focus. I'm your host, Charles Amodio with FAZ Forensics. At FAZ Forensics, we specialize in business valuation, forensic accounting. When answers matter, FAZ delivers. Today with my colleague, Sophia Hourihan. Hey, Sophia, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. What's new?
What's new? Life's been very busy lately. We are headed into the colder weather this week, so I think fall has officially started, which is kind of sad, but good to get focused on work again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're coaching a volleyball team, right?
I am, yes. I coach Newton North High School girls volleyball. It's been a lot of time and a lot of reward there. It's been great spending my nights with 15-year-old girls and just being in the high school gym again. It's been fun.
That's good. That's good. And what's your favorite part about coaching?
Oh, I think at first it was just getting away from the screen every day and feeling like I was doing something that I was really passionate about outside of work. And now I think it's more seeing the development in the players and seeing the fact that they're winning a lot more of their games than they were at the beginning of the season. And I'm now feeling that sense of payoff and pride that has come with a lot of hard work this season. So it's been great.
Now obviously you played volleyball growing up.
I did.
Yeah. And when did you stop playing volleyball?
I stopped playing actually in high school. I was hoping to play further, but I had a few career-ending surgeries to my shoulder. That was a bit of a bummer, but I ended up going to college to row instead, so it worked out.
And did you row in high school too?
No, I didn't. I actually, funny enough, took up rowing as physical therapy for all my shoulder surgeries, and I ended up getting pretty good at it. So I tried out and walked on to the UMass girls Division I rowing team, which was crazy, but a great way to start my college experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what kind of case are you working on now?
A lot of business interruption cases lately. We're headed into a bit of a storm season, and there's a lot going on around the country. So we'll probably be getting a lot more files in that sense. But over the summer, we get a lot of fires, a lot of floods, just different things, crashes into buildings, anything that could really interrupt your day-to-day business.
Any specific cases out there that they've been working on have been interesting?
Interestingly, lately we've been doing some professional services firms. Those are always a little bit different to deal with because you're not necessarily just going off of profit and revenue, you're going off of billable hours and output per individual employee. And it's something we can relate to, obviously, being in the professional services firm ourselves. But it's just nice to get a bit of a change up to kind of look at revenue in a different way.
Nice, nice. Now I know you took some time off in September. What did you do in September?
I did. I took my first week off this year, which was really exciting. I went to Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park. I love to be outside and just kind of do something different, get no service, get off the screens, go around and look at animals. So we did a lot of really cool things. We saw bears, wolves, a lot of elk, and kind of the things that you see in the pictures. And did a lot of running, biking, things like that. It was a big family trip, so we had about 10 of us.
That's great. That's great. That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good
It
time.
was.
What what are you gonna do to fill the void after volleyball season's over?
It's funny, everyone's been asking me that, and if volleyball has taught me anything this season, it's that there actually is enough time in the day because I think you can get really caught up with just working nonstop. And now that I've had to carve this time out of the end of my day, I'm going to feel like I need to replace it. But I have a half marathon coming up in 2 weeks, so I'm definitely going to need to get running. I've been a little bit behind on my training for that. But otherwise, I think just getting really focusing on my fitness. I love doing things like that. And in the winter around New England, it's not as fun to run outside. So I'll probably join a different type of group fitness classes, something I can do after work.
Okay, okay. And was gonna say, what, how about any litigation cases? Been working on any litigation cases lately?
Not as much. I've shifted my focus primarily to insurance, which obviously can turn to litigation quickly. But right now, I think we have a steady flow of cases that have not gone to litigation. So I'm sure it's coming though. I'm sure now that you asked me that, we'll see some soon.
Well, I know we got a couple on the horizon that may go to
Yes.
litigation. So, okay, good, good. And so, what I always like to ask like a couple of like pointy questions. I know we may have talked about this before. Um, I think it's always good to get background on people and what they did and what. So I know the other day we talked in one of our team meetings about your dream job. So
Yeah.
what was your dream job?
My dream job was to be an actress, which sounds probably like every girl's answer when they were little, but I was really passionate about performing arts. I pretty much grew up in the theater. I did a lot of plays and I danced most of my life. I spent some time on Broadway when I was in fourth grade. It was something I was so passionate about. So I really, really wanted to go the acting route, but I never actually, I never actively pursued it. I ended up becoming an accountant instead. I'm not sure where that transition happened, but it did. So yeah,
Interesting. And what was your first job you ever had?
my first job I ever had was at a bakery. Well, my first real, I would say, job that I did for money was at my parents' businesses. My mom owned a cafe and I used to wash the dishes, and my mom also owned a spa and I would wash like the pedicure baths. My dad owned a construction business, so I would go with him to clean up his sites. He'd make me sweep all the debris after he would finish up a job. And then after that, when I actually became of legal age to work, I ended up working at a bakery for a while with my sister and a friend, which was so fun. I used
That
to think
sounds like
that
fun.
job was really stressful, but now that I have some perspective, I would love to be working at a bakery.
Yeah, that'd be fun, right?
Yeah, just decorating cakes and going into the walk-in, we used to steal eating the cupcakes and things like that.
There you go. There you go. Excellent. What you have any travel plans soon?
Travel plans. So I think for the end of the year after Yellowstone, we're gonna take it easy. Really just buckle down. We've had a really busy fall with volleyball and work has been really busy. So just slowing down for the end of the year, probably just seeing family around the holidays. And then next year we are doing Italy in May. We're going to Sicily on a big family trip. So that will be my family and my partner's family. And I am really looking forward to that.
Nice, nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. So what do you do for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, we usually stay home. I'm pretty lucky where my extended family is located all on the South Shore of Massachusetts. So it's very easy to get all of us together into one place. And usually we host it at my uncle's house. And yeah, there's about 20 of us that go there. So I'm looking forward to that. And we get to stay local. So no crazy traveling.
Okay, okay. That's good. Sometimes it's nice to travel, but sometimes it's nice just to relax, and
Definitely.
yeah, I don't travel for any holidays, which is great. So I don't have to ever worry about that.
You have family all very local too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. So it's nice. I literally don't leave my neighborhood for Thanksgiving or for New Year for Christmas. Excuse me.
There's
Yeah.
something nice to that. So I prefer to be home on Thanksgiving and Christmas. But any other holiday I'm happy to travel for.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's something about being home and it's cold and you kind of, I love New England winter.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's good. That's good. Anything you're reading right now? You reading any good books or?
Well, I have a book. I didn't plan this, I swear, but this book, How to Be a Great Boss, was dropped on my desk this week, so that is my next read. Just trying to kind of develop my skills as a management member of the team, and so I'm looking forward to those quick reads to kind of develop my business skills.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. And so obviously you're obviously managing people and Obviously, you want to try to enhance your leadership and managerial skills, and that's a great I've read that book. It's a great read.
Oh, good. Well, I'm looking forward to it then.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. So obviously you focus more on business interruption work. What do you like about the business interruption work?
I really like, funny enough, I like the beginning of the process, is the interview process. A lot of times, you don't get that hands-on time with a client to talk about things. And the first thing we do when we get, a new business interruption claim is reach out to the person who, well, of course, the client first, and then whoever owns the business, the insured or the claimant, and kind of go over with them what happened, how long they've been out, how it's affected them, how they deal with their finances. A lot of these businesses don't have sophisticated accounting because they are really small. So it's important to understand how they actually track these things in their business so that when we make our request for information, it's catered towards what they do and the level of accounting that they have. So I find that these conversations that I have with people are, they've gone through a hard time. Something has just happened to their business. It's really affected them. And it brings me a sense of joy to feel like we can help all parties involved just move the process along and help get them back to whole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always liked that part of the process where you can, obviously you find out about their business and the background, what's going on, and really getting pertinent information that you need to work on those business interruption cases.
Yeah, definitely. And you learn a lot in the same sense about different types of businesses. I've learned so much about random businesses that I never would have learned anything about, like farming and I could list a few, like biology companies and things like that. So it's really interesting, that beginning phase.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. And yeah, I guess I'll ask you this question. What are some of the biggest challenges that you have with business interruption claims?
So lately it seems this is interesting because I haven't noticed this over a long period of time, but lately I find that getting the right documents has been really difficult. A lot of times people, especially third-party claimants, are resistant to give us the documentation we need to make the calculations, and that can make the process a lot more difficult just because it takes time. And ultimately we want to make our reports based off of information that we've been provided that's full and complete. And sometimes that's a challenge. And I think that goes along with creating trust at the beginning of the process. When you have that first interview, you want to make sure that they know that you're there to help and just move the process along in an independent and fair manner. A lot of times they think if they provide something to us, we'll use it against them somehow, and that's really just not the case. So I find just like creating that trust and getting the documentation we need has been a big challenge lately.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like that goes in spurts.
Mm,
Some cases you work on, you get the documents right away. Other cases, it kind of languishes for a while.
exactly. You just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. It's good. That's good. And so any plans this weekend? What do you got going on this weekend?
This weekend, well, I have practice quite a bit. So I have 3 games this week, practice Friday night, practice Saturday morning, and then our season actually ends next week. So I
Okay.
think this weekend will just be my final push of getting all my work up to date. These days I'm so busy on the weekend I do chores, which sounds pretty boring, but it actually is very nice to have like a Sunday reset, get some work done, and do some laundry. So no crazy plans this weekend for me, but
Yeah.
ask me
Okay.
again when the season's over and I'll start planning some fun things.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. It seems like you've been very busy with the volleyball and work, and
Very.
yeah, yeah. That's all good. That's all good. Well, good.
It's good though. I like being busy.
No, absolutely. It keeps you out of trouble, right?
Definitely.
Good. Good. Well, Sophia, I think that's all the time we have for today. I thank you for coming on and joining me and answering a few questions. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Of course. Thanks, Charlie. Nice talking to you.
You too.